Hey boys and girls, good morning. It's Miss Paula and I have missed you guys so much. I know you're having a really great time at home with your families and doing a lot of fun things together, but I wanted to come to you and give you our lesson of the day so that you can make sure you're up to date on all of your learning and making sure we're not missing out on anything we would have been covering during our time together. So here we go. Today is Monday, March 23rd, 2020. How do we normally start our day in our circle time? Oh yeah, with our prayer. So can you bow your heads with me as we pray together? Here we go. Dear God, thank you for this happy day and help me keep it just that way. Amen. Great job, friends. I hope your families enjoyed that prayer too, and maybe you guys can say it together each morning. All right, so our letter this week is W. W says wah, 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 like our friend Willie Weasel. Wah, wah, wah. Can you say that with me? Wah, wah, wah. Great job, friends. All right, I have a book for us today called Worm's Wagon. In this book, we're going to be listening for words that begin with the letter W. Wah. Let's look for the W's on this cover. We have an uppercase and lowercase W here. And there's W's at the beginning of worms and wagon. This book is about a worm and what happens with his wagon. So listen as I read it to you and be listening for words that begin with letter W. Worm's wagon. One day, Worm went to the woods to gather walnuts. He brought his wagon with him. So this is his wagon, friends. Raise your hand if you have a wagon. You do? That's an awful lot of you that have a wagon. Me too. We have a wagon out in our garage. So let's see what Worm does with his wagon. On his way home, Worm saw Woodpecker whistling in a weeping willow. Woodpecker asked Worm for a ride. Wow, what a wagon! Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker in his wagon. Soon they came upon Weasel, who was eating a watermelon. Raise your hand if you like watermelon. Me too. My family loves watermelon. I'm going to cut one up for us to eat for dinner tonight. All right, so he's eating his watermelon, and Weasel asked Worm for a ride. Wow, what a wagon! What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think he can fit in the wagon too? Let's see what happens. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker and Weasel in his wagon. Before long, they bumped into Wombat, who was wearing her new wig. Wombat asked Worm for a ride. Wow, what a wagon! Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker, Weasel, and Wombat in his wagon. Next, they met Wolf on his way to work. Wow, what a wagon! Wolf asked Worm for a ride. Do you really think all these friends are going to fit in this wagon? I don't know. Let's find out. Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker, Weasel, Wombat, and Wolf in his wagon. Oh, look at Worm's face, friends. It looks like it's hard to pull all those people in the wagon. Soon they saw Walrus. He was winking and waving. There's two more W words. Winking. Can you wink with me? Good job, friends. And waving. Can you wave with me? Great job, friends. So he was winking and waving. So Walrus asked Worm for a ride. Wow, what a wagon! Worm wiggled along, pulling Woodpecker, Weasel, Wombat, Wolf, and Walrus in his wagon. Look at poor Worm. This is hard. He's having a hard time pulling that heavy wagon. Up ahead, they saw Whale playing in the water. Whale asked Worm for a ride. Wow, what a wagon! No way. They're not going to put that whale in the wagon. Raise your hand if you think they're going to put the whale in the wagon. No. Let's see. Oh my goodness. They did. Worm wiggled with all his might. He was trying so hard to pull the wagon. Woodpecker, Weasel, Wombat, Wolf, Walrus, and Whale, they were all in the wagon, but the wagon would not move. Soon, the wagon's wheels started to wobble. Oh no, wham! The weight was too much for the wagon. It crashed to the ground. Oh no, my wagon, Worm wailed. Look, it broke. There were too many animals in the wagon, and the wagon broke. And look at Whale, just happy as can be, sitting on top of it all. What do you think they should do next? How do you think they could help Worm feel better? Maybe they could help him fix it? Let's see what happens next. Don't worry, Worm, the animals said. Worm's friends worked on the wagon all afternoon. Look, it looks like they're going to try to put it back together. Let's see if they can do it. When the wagon was fixed, Worm wiggled into it. Then Wombat, Weasel, Wolf, Woodpecker, Walrus, and Whale pulled Worm all the way home. And weary Worm got to have a wonderful ride. Does Worm look happy now? He sure does. Show me your happy face. Good job, friends. All right, so they're all happy because the wagon got fixed and Worm got to have a ride. So great job listening to our book about Worm's wagon. Let's see if we can think of some words that begin with letter W that we heard in that book. Raise your hand if you can think of a word that begins with letter W. Okay, Let me see if I'm thinking of the same words you might be thinking of. I know that the word worm was in the book. There was a worm, and he had a wagon. So there's two W words from the front of our book, worm and wagon. The wagon had something on the bottom. It had wheels. Wheels is another word that begins with a W. Let's think of some of the friends that got in the wagon. Let's see. There was Wombat. A wombat is an animal that was in the wagon. There was Wolf. There was a wolf in the wagon. I know you're thinking of lots of animals that were in that wagon. What was one of them eating that was so yummy? Oh yeah, watermelon. There was watermelon being eaten before they got in the wagon. Ooh, that's a long word, friends. I hope I can fit it on my paper. Yep, watermelon. That's a compound word because it's actually two words, watermelon. Can you say that? Watermelon. Good job, friends. Oh, what was the big animal that got in at the very end that caused the wagon to break? If you said whale, you are right. The whale got in at the very end and caused that wagon to break. Whale was too heavy. But then the animals all worked together. They worked, that's another W word, together to fix Worm's wagon. And when it was all fixed, Worm felt very wonderful. And he got to have a wonderful ride in that wagon. Oh, I like that W word. Wonderful. So we've got lots of words here, friends, that begin with letter W. Can you say the W sound with me again? Very good, friends. Remember when we do Willy Weasel in our Zoophonics, we use our hands to use Willy Weasel and say wah. Sometimes we say our hands are making a wave. Can you do your hands like me and make that wave? Wah. Good job, friends. Now I have an idea for you to do at home today. You can go around your house and be W hunters. You can look everywhere in your house and see if you can find words that begin with W. Maybe a parent could help you, or a big brother or sister, and you could even make a list. Maybe get a clipboard or something to write on, and you can make a list of all the things in your house that begin with W. Or if you don't want to write all the words, you could just find the things that begin with W, put them in a box or a basket, and be a W hunter around your house today. I bet you can find some things that begin with W. I bet you have a wand. A magic wand would be a fun toy, and wand begins with our letter W. Wah. Great job, friends. All right, we also have a new number this week. We're working on number 20. 20? Have we already finished all the teen numbers and we are to 20? Woo, look at number 20. It's a 2 and a 0. Remember how we talked about this year is year 2020? Well, 20 is part of that, 20. Oh, I wonder if we could count 20 dots together. While we're counting, can you stand up? I bet you could also jump 20 times with me too. Let's see, while I count the dots, can you jump 20 times and count with me? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 starts with a T. This is the word 20. Great job, friends, and great jumping and counting. I wonder if you could do some other exercises with your family and count 20 times while you do them. Maybe you could do 20 jumping jacks, or you could do 20 muscle arms, or 20 twists, or maybe even you could do 20 toe touches. But try doing 20 exercises together and practice counting to 20. All right, friends, great job today. We have learned so much about letter W and number 20, and I am so excited that I'm going to come back with you tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be even more fun. We're going to learn about eggs, and we're going to start learning about Easter and all the other great things we have to talk about this week. So have super fun with your families. You can look at my email, parents, for some more things to do together, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.